We're calling this opening segment Achieving Prosperity.
The NAFTA agreement is defective just because of the tax and many other reasons, but just because of the effect.
Let me interrupt you, Timon. But
Secretary Clinton and others, politicians, should have been doing this for years.
Donald thinks that climate change is a hoax perpetrated by the Chinese. I think it's real.
I did not.
Science is real.
I do not say that.
And I think it's
I do not
important
say
that we...
For 30 years you've been doing it, and now you're just starting to think of solutions.
Well, actually,
I will bring back jobs.
I have thought about this quite a bit.
Yeah, for 30
and
years.
I have think a lot about what worked and how we can make it work again.
Well, he approved
3 million
NAFTA.
new jobs,
He approved
a balanced
NAFTA,
budget.
which is the single
and
worst trade deal ever approved in this country.
Incomes went up for everybody.
very
Well, you haven't done it in 30 years or 26 years.
Well,
any number you
I've
want.
been a senator,
You
Donald,
haven't done it.
And
You haven't
I
done
have
it.
been a
And excuse
Secretary
me,
of State, and I have
Your
done
husband signed
a lot.
NAFTA, which was one of the worst things that ever happened.
Was against it once it was finally negotiated and the terms were laid out. I wrote about that in...
You called it the gold standard.
Well, I hope...
You called it the gold standard of trade
And
deals. You
you know
said it's
what?
the finest deal you've ever seen.
No.
And then you heard what I said about it, and all of a sudden you were against it.
Well, I concluded it wasn't. I wrote about that.
So is it President
in my
Obama's
book
fault?
before
Is it President Obama's
you
fault?
even announced. Look, there
Secretary,
are different...
is it President Obama's fault?
There are
Because
different-
he's pushing it.
There are different views about what's good for our country, not in more tax cuts that would add $5 trillion to the debt.
But you have no
in
plan.
Oh, I do.
Secretary,
in fact,
you
I
have no
written
plan.
a book about it. It's called Stronger Together. You can pick it up
That's
tomorrow.
about all you...
Folks,
At
we're
the
gonna-
bookstore or at an airport near you. Mine would create 10 million jobs, and yours would lose us 3.5 million jobs and explode
You are
the
going
debt,
to approve one of
which
the biggest
would
tax
have
cuts
a
in
recession.
history. You are going to approve one of the biggest tax increases in history. You are going to drive business out. I'm going to cut regulations, but I'm going to cut taxes big league, and you're going to raise taxes big league. End of story.
let me get you to pause right there because we're going to move into the next segment. We're going to talk taxes.
That can't be left
Please
to
just
stand.
take 30 seconds, then we're
I
gonna go
kind
on.
of assumed that there would be a lot of these charges and claims. And so
Facts.
and I think it's time that the wealthy and corporations paid their fair share to support this.
Well, you just opened the next segment.
Well,
which is
look, could I just finish?
Actually,
I think I should.
I'm going to
You
give
go
you a
to her
chance right here.
website
With the
and
new
you take a look at her
15-minute
website.
segment.
She's
It's
going to
on-
raise taxes $1.3 trillion.
Mr. Trump,
And look at her website. You know what? It's no different than this. She's telling us how to fight ISIS. Just go to her website. She tells you how to fight ISIS on her website. I don't think General Douglas MacArthur would like that too much.
The next segment, we're continuing
Well,
the
at
subject
least I
of
have a plan to fight
achieving
ISIS.
prosperity.
No, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do.
No, we're not.
See, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do. No wonder you've been fighting. No wonder you've been fighting ISIS your entire adult life.
You stupid cunt, shut your fucking mouth. Oh my god, shut up, a million times shut up. I'm going to kill you. Shut up.